Hey, so yeah, good morning. So, just gonna talk to you about what's going on in my mind at the moment before I start my regimen for today to get my day started. And what's pressing for me today is mostly just awareness. You know, it's something that a lot of people talk about. It's very popular. But what do we really mean by it? Or at least what does it look like in practice? And what does it look like what does it really start to look like when you practice it? Yeah, there's a neighbor's dog. I can't do nothing without that dog out here barking. What I notice, first and foremost, is, for me, is the more aware of things I come, the first thing I start to do is laugh. I just start to laugh a whole lot more. And it's a real genuine laughter. It's it's spontaneous. It comes out of nowhere, but it's 100% real, and I can laugh at it for weeks and weeks and days at the same thing. Because it's like, where did that come from? You know, the awareness shows you that this is something you've been doing since forever. I'm gonna give you an example in a second, but it's like it's something that you've noticed you've been doing for who knows how long, but you didn't know it. I didn't know it until I started just trying to practice a little bit more awareness. And this ties in with some of the other content that I've been watching on YouTube as well. So before I go into that, I gotta give a shout out to Bo Refect over at Legion of Men. Man, ever since losing Kevin Samuels, it's been about him and maybe a couple other channels that's really helped me along my progress. So really big thank you to him. But I watched something on his channel. First of all, he directed me to that book, Mode 1. I got it, I read it, and I'm reading it again. It's great book. And something on one of his videos the other day. But in short, he had a guy up here talking about how he had to be a bad guy to be a better boyfriend to his girlfriend, I guess. And one of the points that the guy was going over was how you have to, it's how to be honest when you're being manipulative. And so for example, the guy gave the example of giving a girl a massage when really you want to have sex with her. Okay, common example. I think a lot of people can identify with that. But he said something, and he said girls always see through that. And mind you, this isn't about girls. This video isn't about girls or anything, but it ties in. Okay, so stick with it. He was talking about how girls always see through what you're trying to do. And he was talking about how it would be better to just be honest instead of making to be honest and make a real move instead of trying to do this bait and switch that every woman already sees through anyway. Even if it works, they saw through it. They just chose to go along with it. And that ties into something that I read in his book, in the book Mode 1, that Bo recommended. And it talked about different types of women. A book about women, right? Teaches you a lot about yourself, for sure. For sure. Well, not even, no. Actually, the book isn't about women at all. It's really about taking a good hard look at yourself, which is called what? Awareness, right? The book talked about how when you're being manipulative as a guy, first and foremost, it talked about how all manipulative behavior is based on fear. It's fear-based. That's number one. And then it talked about how manipulation is a two-way street. And the example that the book gave was about how guys that get manipulated by women, the only way that that can happen is if they're exhibiting behavior themselves that is manipulative, because it's a two-way street, right? And this is very important. And as the book laid it out, is that if you're exhibiting strong behavior that cannot be manipulated, and in essence having some kind of morals, some kind of principles, some kind of codes that you will stick to, you can't be manipulated. And it was talking about how that plays out in relationships with women, but not just women, obviously in all facets of life. And if you're being manipulative towards women, then that makes it easy for them to manipulate you, because they can always see through it. So the way this ties into self-awareness is I've been on a hard crusade to kick my porn addiction. And the first thing they tell you that you're gonna have to adapt is some self-awareness, so that you can actually study your habit and understand the nature of it. So I developed that. And I'm still developing that, but I got better at it, right? I started just being aware, not judging, not saying, okay, I do this and I feel this way about it. No, just looking at, this is what I'm doing. And then after a while, even the I part, I started to distance myself from whatever I was calling I. And it became like observing, like watching a squirrel on the other side of the street. You know, you don't really have a feeling about what the squirrel's doing. You just have an observation. So if the squirrel does something that makes you laugh, it's pure, because you don't have any emotion attached to what that squirrel is doing. You're just being curious, like, what's this squirrel doing? Let me just shut up and watch. And if the squirrel does something intriguing, it genuinely interests you. If the squirrel does something you find funny, you genuinely laugh. So, to tie it all up, one night I was about to watch porn. I had this revelation. I ended up watching it anyway, but I started adapting some awareness. I'm like, okay, like, you know what? I'm gonna kick this habit, but I don't think it's gonna happen overnight. But I made the commitment to at least be as aware as possible of the behavior itself and everything around it. And I noticed before I went and carried my laptop upstairs, I noticed that it's almost like I could feel the door cracking open. Like, okay, yep. I don't know what happened, but I can feel this door cracking open, and I know porn comes through it. But it was what I did all up before I watched porn. And what happened was, I remember I got myself a piece of candy, and then I snacked on a little bit of food or something else. Like, I had candy, then I had a piece of food, and then I got myself a little drink or something. And then on my way upstairs, I just burst out laughing, because everything I had read and the things from that video just all hit me all at once. That this is me giving the girl a massage before I try to trick her into having sex with me. It's like, oh shit, that's what I'm doing to myself. deep down inside, when I felt that door crack, I was like, okay, yeah, I know what's gonna happen here. I'm not happy about this. That was the girl realizing, okay, he just wants one thing. That's what was going on in my head. That was the girl. And then me getting myself the drink and getting myself the candy and getting myself the things that I was gonna carry up there with it. That was the me giving myself a massage, like, yeah, come on, it's gonna be all right. Yeah, come on up here. Get on up here, open up that tab. Yeah, sit down, relax. Here, sip on this. And that's when it all hit me. Manipulation is a two-way street. The porn habit is really just me hijacking myself. It's really just me going along with my own manipulation and being aware of it the whole time, just like a woman would. And I just bust out laughing. That's the funniest shit I think I've ever been aware of. And now it's like I have that bit of awareness now. Once you unlock a bit of awareness about yourself, it never goes away. You can't unsee it. Because now I know in the future, if I ever slip back into that again, it's the same pattern. I can feel when I'm being offered that. I can feel when I'm being, there's a word. Proposition. Yeah, I can feel when I'm being propositioned with the prospect of porn. I can literally feel the moment it happens. Just like a woman can tell when you walk up to her to try to talk to her. And then my immediate behavior before the porn action takes place is to coax myself with other things like candy, porn, and at one point it was vaping, which I quit. So it's just funny. When you unlock some awareness, you get to have some really genuine laughs at yourself. And those laughs allow you to go forward with some clarity. It's good. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. I'll see you guys later, all right? Let me know what you think. Oh yeah, wait, what am I supposed to say? Like the video if you like the video. If you have something to say, if you have a similar story, please go comment that in the comment section. And subscribe for more, okay? Coach Kosuke out.